started. We've got the Vancouver Titans against the Guangzhou Charge. And right off the bat, we already see a big difference in the two comps these teams play. You see Titans on Nepal Sanctum rolling out, excuse me, on a very dive-heavy comp because Diva's banned Winston Ball. Normally it'd be with a Diva, right? But Diva's banned. And Sombra is also banned. So Dive is actually taking like big hits. So when we saw Dives like 4 weeks ago, we saw that Dive team actually played Tracer Sombra, and we even saw some Tracer Genji. But Titan is still opting to play Dive because Brigitte is available, and they've actually subbed Slime out for Ryu Jaehong, who is playing Brig. For the people that don't know, that are just tuning in or watching on YouTube, in this week's rotations of bans, I believe Diva's banned, Sombra and Reaper are banned, and Ana is banned. So really interesting bans actually. And that actually doesn't ban any of the spam composition, right? We've seen a lot of teams play Rush last week because you had the Lucio and the Reinhardt and the Diva getting in there really hard. Some people even played Zarya, right? But this week without Diva, there should be a lot more spam because Diva is very good against spam. She eats like the Orisa pulls, right? So when you can't eat the Orisa pulls, this charge comp is suddenly looking very strong. Okay. But Vancouver runs up as Dive. Hey David. And I would say this charge comp right off the get-go is actually really good against Dive. They've got the Mei and the McCree, who Cree is like pretty diveable, right? But he's got his flashbang, he's got his roll. His team can support him. Mei is basically undiveable. Orisa and Sigma are pretty diveable actually, but Mei Cree helps them a lot. And then you've got the Zen Baptiste, which is a pretty diveable backline too. But as a whole, they can play together as 6 and used to be pretty clean. And then what Charge can do is they can make small adaptations, right? They could swap out the Zenyatta or the Baptiste for a Brigitte against the Titans dive. And, you know, by making those small adaptations, they could virtually maybe make Titans comp useless. And you have to remember that Diva is banned. Thanks for the hoster. Diva is banned. So, Ball is played in Dive, right? You can't play. I mean, you could play Winston, Orisa, but it's pretty bad. So, if you want to play Dive, you should probably play Hammond. And Mei is really, really good against Hammond. I always say Mei and Sombra are the top 2 counters against Hammond. And Sombra's banned, so you're left with Mei. I think if you don't have one of those 2 characters, then Hammond's always really good. But since there's a Mei on the Charge, they should do pretty good here. So let's see how the walkout happens. You've got the Titans taking this back right position. Also, the Tracer and Brig are playing together on the left side. These two should always play together. Also, there's no Lucio on the Charge, so the Brig actually can't get ran over as easy. But because Ryu Jaehong can give armor packs to Stitch, he can play very, very aggressive. Did you watch these games live, or are you watching these for the first time? I'm watching these for the first time, guys. So I don't know how these fights are going to pan out. I'm just, you know, giving my insight, what I think is going to happen, what comp is strong. I do know that the Charge won 3-0. Spoiler for everybody that didn't watch. But we'll see how that happened and how the Titans got beat. Okay. So, Titans engage right as the objective goes active. Krong's playing on an off angle, actually zoning the Brigitte, not the Tracer, but that's good. Because you don't want people to take this angle behind you. That's a very good flank angle for Tracer, actually. Titans go in. It's a really good engage, actually. The drone comes out, but because Doomfist has a knock-up, he can knock people out of their drone. And he kicks Happy out of the drone, basically. All of Charge back up into a little room, and they get really good value. I think what you want to do as the Charge is you want to have, obviously you want to back up when you get dove, but the other thing you want to do is keep your Orisa and your Mei forward, because you actually want those characters to get dived, and you want those to soak a lot of cooldowns. So I feel like Rio and Nero also backing up into this little room is a mistake. I think you keep people that are really tanky outside, so that you don't all come in a little clump and you kind of have to retake. Anyway, Happy gets booped. Good boop. Oh. Gets killed. Yeah, and then, you know, everybody kind of backs up into this little room. And now Winston gets really good zap value, right? You can, like, get everyone in here. There's no good sight lines for these people here. Prong is a decent sight line, but, you know, what's he gonna do? Yeah. So if you hold more out, especially with the Orisa, you can do a lot better. Because now you're just in a clump, you know, and this is kind of what the dive wants. So Happy ends up dying. Nero does kind of go out. He gets really nice freezes, actually. And then Titans go and cap the point. So Titans do a really good job of not, you know, overshooting with what they had. They do a great job getting that initial dive on Happy. And then they back up because they use all their cooldowns. They have no more cooldowns. They were going low. And then they rotate the point. So that was very good. Now, Happy comes back as Tracer. As I said, Kree is pretty diveable. So I kind of like the swap. It's interesting. It's like you're never gonna win the Tracer duel against Stitch, right? Because he is the armor. So maybe if Neptuno or Shu can also swap over to Break, this will be a little bit better. But overall, Kree's a very easy dive target. And Tracer does a really good job of contesting the Doom and finishing him off when he goes out. But maybe without all the other swaps, you know, without swapping either character to a Brig, it's too hard for him to get value. I think it's something we can keep an eye on. Happy's focusing the right side now. Another dive comes out. Oh, we're in the sky. Okay, so let's see what the setup was here. A little bit too quick. Okay, so they're all LOSing right now. Obviously, they can't get poked down because the Charge comp have really high poke damage tanks, right? They all have shields. So you can't just stand out in the open. And then Stitch blinks. Fissure jumps in. It's a really long jump, actually. And then Janu comes in. Okay, so this is good kill on Rio there, who's trying to hold space, like I said earlier, right? Nero wasn't with him. But I like how the Vancouver are like kind of like diving and then instantly backing out, you know? Like if they stay in there, they'll just get frozen by Nero like earlier. Janu does get frozen actually. He's gonna die. That's a 1-for-1 right now. But it's hard for Guangzhou to actually push really hard here. But Ryu Jaehong dies, so let's see how they get that kill. So this is what I was saying, right, about the Tracer, how she's like pretty good at like chasing down kills. So Ryu Jaehong's on point, he's discorded. Yeah, so he just blinks into him. Finishes him off. Brig obviously has like no shield right now. Shield went from like 600 or like, yeah, 600 I think to 200. So Brig's really squishy if you just shoot her shield. What a weird morning of Overwatch this was. Well, we'll see how this game pans out. So far, it's not going that badly for Vancouver. But, oh, nice rock there from Kron. Holy crap. Was he actually trying to get him? He got the Winston with that. Another dive. So what's basically happening is Charge is setting up in this little corner. And then because Titans can't just go on point, because like look how much sight line there is on point. You can't hide on point, right? There's no cover on this point. So what Titans have to do, instead of just sitting somewhere on the point, they have to make this dive happen. And they've been pretty successful at it. Now they dive in again. Fisher gets rocked by Krong. Stitch comes on the back. So this is what I was saying, right? When Krong was contesting this angle, very strong. Now Stitch comes through here. Happy ends up killing Fisher because of the rock earlier. The Tracer is really good at finishing off kills, as I said. Because oftentimes what happens is that your spam comp is sitting in this little corner. They get dived, right, by the enemy team. The enemy team goes low, and because they have so much mobility, they get out. But with Happy being, like, you know, being able to pick off kills like that on people that are low, like Fisher here, because he got rocked by Krong. It's actually really strong. And Happy can also contest the point a little bit, right? Because he has so much mobility. And now it's looking really good for Charge. Like, dive ults in general aren't as good as spam comp ults, right? You've got Rally and Trance, which are incredible ults. Like, they're really, really good. Rally's definitely better than Baptiste ult. But then if you look at all the other ults, well, except for Tracer, because Charge also have a Tracer, right? But the Mei ult is really, really good. The Orisa Bongo, I always say, is the best ult in the game, if you use it properly. And then you've got Sigma ult, which is also a really good ult, right? Now, Winston ult and Hammond ult are also really good. But just the fact that Charge now have a defensive position with all these really, really strong spam ults is going to make this diving really hard for Titans. Like, if Titans just dive like they always have, Nero has to just plop his Mei ult down, and then, you know, his team is free. That kind of stuff. It's the fact that Titans have to make something happen that will make these Charge ults really strong. Also, we haven't talked about this at all, but where's Haxel? Because normally, when Titans would run this sort of comp, they would run like Tracer Genji, right? Or Sombra Genji. Which makes a lot of sense, because Haxel would be on Genji, and we also saw last season that Haxel was actually really good at Doomfist. So I'm not really sure where Haxel is. Maybe they're planning to play a different comp later on, where they're playing like two sort of hit scan characters, like Soldier Tracer or something. You can't play Sombra Tracer because Sombra's banned. So interesting that they would put Sominsu on Doom here, and I'm willing to see what like the rest of the map pans out, right? For Slime being out makes a little more sense in my opinion, because if Ryu Jaehan is just a better Brig, you can basically one-trick Brig if you're playing a comp like this. So that makes a little more sense. Like, Slime is obviously really good at Lucio, right? But we don't know, or I don't know how good his Brig is, because the Titans haven't played that much yet. I don't think we've seen them play Brig yet, or definitely not Slime on Brig. They have. Anyway, Titans do a good job of walking up. They go left side, push out left side, and this is actually exactly what they want. They want Charge to all be in a corner, right? So that they can either force point, which could be really good right now, or make this dive, which they're going to do. You've got Twilight over here, the rest of the team looking to dive from here, and you've got Janu rolling in. Wait, give me 1 sec. I am back. Okay, where were we? Oh yeah. We were saying how this is actually pretty good for the Titans. The chart is all clumped up into a corner. And they can either force point or make this dive happen, right? With Janu rolling in here, probably gonna make the dive happen. Going from the left side. Stitch ends up getting picked though. That's rough. Stitch should not be getting picked here because he has armor packs. And he basically, like, the cop relies on the Tracer doing a lot, right? He goes for Pulse Bomb. Really deep. Doesn't hit anything. Does get out the drone, but dying for Pulse Bomb is definitely not worth. Were those like some sick shots from Shu? Not sure how he died there so quick.
My ultimate is ready. Proceed.
Oh, he already. Oh my. That was a nice flick. Holy crap. This got wrecked, and he also took our right click on the first blink in. So pretty unlucky. Yeah. Hey Nathan, welcome to the stream. Hey Black Strategy. Stitch got rolled, he did. Okay, and then Fisher also ends up dying. Happy's having the time of his life. He's wrecking stuff on Tracer right now. Okay, so again, Titan's setting up. I like how far Rio's holding forward on this side actually. I think Rio actually, like, he can really hold far forward, right? Because if they dive Rio, that's really good for the charge because then they can all just like help him, right? And Rio has Fortify. Fortify is very strong. Rio also has armor because he's Orisa. Orisa naturally has 200 armor, I believe. And Dive Comp has a hard time dealing with armor. You guessed your take was wrong. Spam seems better than Rush. What'd I tell you? I'm never wrong. Okay, I'm sometimes definitely sometimes wrong. Okay, so they do engage on Rio. So as I said, this isn't the best. This isn't the worst thing in the world for Charge. It's a pretty clean engage on him. But they get his Fortify. But you see how hard it is to kill him? They use so many cooldowns on him and didn't get anything. Ryu Jaeyoung gets pulse. Nice job, Happy. Happy's been crushing it. And then, yeah, because Titans use most of, if not all their cooldowns, right at the start of that fight, Charge just win the long fight because, as I said, there's no cover on point. So the only places you can really fall back to are over here, where you see Somin, Su, and Janu, or inside here, or back here, right? So yeah, not everyone gets away in time.
Pass into the iris.
Twilight ults. I guess they have the point, so it's not the worst thing in the world, and especially as dive, you can clutch a lot of fights. But this could just like increase, you know, how hard the last fight's gonna be here for the Titan. Oh, Janu gets frozen. They do end up getting Nero though, so it's a 1-for-1. Oh, that's. Oh, you missed the timing. You guys see how Krong tried to ult where Somitsu was trying to land? And that's actually really interesting, but he just barely misses it. Look. I don't know how he misses it. Does Doomfist have like an invulnerability time? Because he doesn't get knocked up. I guess he has an invulnerability time. Nice try from Krong though. He takes the damage, no? I guess that's some other source of damage. doesn't get knocked up. Stitch does. Zomansu does not.
Pass into the iris.
Okay, Shu's strength gets forced out, but at the end of the day, Titans used the trance and the Doomfist ult to try and clutch that. Now I guess Charge kind of overused, and they used the Bongo and the Sigma ult and the trance, which is a little too much, but at the same time it's 80% for the Charge. And they also killed Twilight really late, so worth it. You see how disjointed the Titans have to come in now? They're probably going to be 4 or 5. So it's not lost, but it is hard. Also, Ryu Jaeyoung has rally, basically. Ryu misses that pull by a little bit. And you see how, again, Charge playing really defensive because they know, hey, if we hold too far forward and they burst us really quickly, we're going to lose the fight. But if the fight goes long, then we win, you know? And they want to force Fissure to make really long jumps because there's no Diva Matrix. So it's they can burst somebody before they get to them because the Diva Matrix isn't there.
Overtime.
Ryo's anchoring part, I really like this from Ryo. I think they could have maybe done this earlier too, where Ryo is just on his own, like he was here, and now he's over here, right? They want people to dive Ryo. Ryo is a bait. But I mean, you can't ignore him because Orisa actually does pretty good damage. Fissure gets walled. He has to jump in, right? And this is like the effect of no Diva, right? He just gets bursted down so quick because he can't get matrixed in. UJ on ult's on point, but again, Ryo's over here being a tanky mofo. Nice knockup from Jado. Yeah, still a long fight. Should be won here by the Guangzhou Charge. Oh, Ryu does end up dying. I think he might have mistimed his fortify a little bit earlier. We can check that out. So Mitsu also gets Shu. Also, Titans are clutching up right now. Oh. So Mitsu clutches up big time. Happy. And Neo is still here, but it's a 2v4. Okay. So Mitsu popped off. Yeah, he did. Anyway, let's see real quick what happened to Ryo there, because I think he should be able to live more. Maybe I'm wrong. But Ryo. Oh, he's already used his fortify here.
You're not getting away.
Okay, so he has everything here. His team has just killed the Winston. Oh, so he fortifies for no reason. It's just the Brig here, and Brig doesn't do enough damage to him, so he shouldn't have fortified here, is what I'm getting to. I think if he saves it longer, then he won't die later, right? Because what is his Brig gonna do against him? Like if he had used it right about now, and then gotten healing from his team, right? He would have probably been a lot better. Because now the hammer damage is here. Brig doesn't do very much damage. So yeah, I think that's a mistake from Ryo. And then Somitsu's just living rent-free in people's head. I don't know what's going on there, but... So first he punches Krong. Okay, so takes some spam damage while walking in. Goes for a punch. Tries to hit Nero, somehow hits Krong. Doofus punch sometimes. Goes for another flank. Kill Shu. Gets the orb. Oh my god, those left clicks on the Discord target. Hits Neo midair. Nice job. I like how he like went in here, then instantly went out, right? Because there's obviously no Zarya bubble for him. And then like found a path back in. His left click aim was progress. Yeah. Make sure to follow. Okay, and now Charge have to retake. They're making swaps to the anti-dive comp, right? They're swapping over to the Brig. They're also swapping a Moira. So they're making a bunch of. So what I've seen teams do, right, is I've seen them go Baptiste, Brig, because that's really survivable. And then, you know, you can swap to a D.Va normally, but obviously D.Va's banned. But they're deciding to swap to Hog, and they're still keeping the Mage Tracer. So yeah, this is actually like super anti-dive. But the problem is it doesn't have any spam anymore. So now Titans could play like really slow. They actually have more spam right now than the Charge comp. Because they have the Zen, they have the Baptiste now. Yeah. Hey Warwas, how are you doing? Did Minsu make his name on Doom back in Apex? I don't know. But Haxel played for them last season. No, Lucio can't rotate quickly. I mean, Lucio's pretty diveable, so I get why they're not playing Lucio. This Brig is also pretty diveable. But this comp is interesting from the Charge. They're like going all the way back to like, this reminds me of like the 4 tank 2 support comp that like NIP played, you know, with like the Reinhardt, Zarya, D.Va, Roadhog, Lucio, Moira, and then they just walk around and then they're beefy as hell and nobody can dive them. It's pretty interesting. This comp is really beefy, has a lot of AoE healing. But I think if Titans just play it really slow, the spam Rio and his shield, they could be okay here. Like, especially if they have a good dive set up after, you know, some cooldowns are forced out. Okay. So Somitsu dashes out. Fisher's bubble's forced. He's also gonna have to jump out. Good. Oh, the Nero dies. Ujanu. Yeah, Slambulin. Jano's actually really good at Hammond, I think. Oh, he just gets him like that. And then he slams. He mines. So yeah, as I said, like now, all of a sudden, Titans comp actually has more spam than the Charge comp. Get the Penguin cosplay. Somebody killed him. Boy. And yeah, that's how Titans win. So, I actually think if you're holding, this Charge comp is like really good. But I feel like they maybe went a little too hard on the anti-dive. You just finished watching this matchup? Well, you can watch it again with me. This is the first time I'm watching it. And yeah, so the Vancouver Titans win this. Okay. Do you know the score? It's 0-0 right now. This is the first map. Oh, wait. But the eventual score is gonna be 3-0. Cass going full Dutch today with the orange shirt. Yeah. I put on my Team Netherlands shirt today. It's popping. It's a very comfortable shirt, actually. Very clean. Yeah. Love this shirt.
The objective is now active.
I actually had another shirt like a custom made one for Team Netherlands, but I gave that one to Psyche. So I've only got one now. Not even sure if this one says my name on the back. It's a scuffed shirt. Danu is bad ball. He doesn't do the crab ball. Wait, my freaking pop filter keeps falling. Oh, I hate this pop filter. I need to get a new one. Okay, there we go. Okay, let's see. So now, Charge walk out on this comp. And that seems better, right? Like if they fake, hey, Titans is gonna one trick, you know, this comp. And let's just play the most anti-dive comp we can think of. Let's play the most anti-dive bullshit we can think of. The Hog is actually good because there's no Diva in the game. You know, Moira basically can't get dive. She has Fade. Brig is pretty okay to dive, but again, she has 250 HP and a shield. It's pretty hard to dive her too. It's not like, you know, Anna or Zen. Still coaching then? Yes, I am still coaching. Looking to get back into Overwatch League. Map is mental. Get ready. My body's ready. So,
The objective
interesting rollout from Charge. I like that they don't go on the other side of the map, this side actually, because all this high ground is really good for dive. And these big packs are also really good for dive. It's very easy to get onto them when you have so much mobility, right? Tracer, Doomfist, both tanks, so much mobility. While the Charge comp has no mobility except for Tracer, right? Like if you look at all these characters, like how are they gonna move? There's not even a Lucio, you know? So what I'm seeing is Happy's gonna be playing kind of solo, gonna be trying to finish people off. Let's see where he is right now. He's with the team currently, but he's gonna be looking to finish people off. And then the rest of the team is just gonna slap on a point. They're just gonna sit there and they're gonna kill whatever comes in. And actually with no Diva, Hog is pretty good because you guys have to understand that Hog gets absolutely shit on by Diva. Like, Diva matrixing Hog hooks makes him useless. But when you've got pull hook and there's no Diva, it actually makes a lot of sense. And Sigma is very weak to dive because Sigma only has 400 HP and his abilities are unreliable to hit when the enemy team is like very mobile. Okay. So what's going on here? Yeah. So Charge setup. I don't know why Neptuno went to that bottom side of the point. I guess he's like trying to zone. But I think him sitting with Shu would be a lot better here. Playing pretty aggro here. Maybe he's trying to stun the ball as he comes in. But Brig is pretty, like, Brig is the person I would dive on this whole Charge comp. So he should be playing pretty safe, I think, actually. Nice bash, actually, on Janu. So I guess that's what he was trying to set up. But then he gets punched from behind by Sominsu. And he gets fucked. That's a lot of healing gone. They do end up freezing Janu. And Happy didn't kill Stitch. I don't understand how Happy is able to kill Stitch like this. Where is Stitch? Rewind. Stitch is in the back line. Shooting away at the enemy team. He's already used his recall. So let's see how he has to use his recall here. Okay, so he's... Oh my god, we gotta go further back. Stream. Okay. So he's shooting. Focusing the targets, yes. He has armor. Okay. Why does he use recall? I think... I don't know if I like that blink in. I think if he would just stay back and shoot Shu, that would do a lot more for his team, right? Like, I'm not entirely sure why he decided to blink in and try to kill Rio there, because Orisa is obviously really freaking tanky, especially with the Moira healing there. Look at that again from third person perspective. So, Stitch here. I'm guessing the team's target call right now is Rio. So that's why he blinks in, right? So he's trying to target focus with his team. But if you look at the whole picture, like Krong and Rio are dangerous, right? But Tracer doesn't do too much damage against, especially Rio, because he has armor. Armor's really stupid, right? And Stitch has a choice to make here. Do I shoot Shu? Or do I commit to Rio? And actually, Shu is being distracted right now. Shu is not even at full HP. So I would actually really like Stitch to, like, maybe not even blink and just walk at Shu. Start shooting him. Because he has the orb. But he decides to blink in. And then he has to recall, obviously, because the blink was really aggro. He doesn't do a lot of damage. He puts a whole clip in him. Doesn't do a lot of damage. Has to recall. Janu ends up dying because he got frozen. And then Happy comes in. Stitch has no recall. And then he goes and chases him. I think Stitch has to either go and duel Happy and just find him and mark him. Or he shouldn't have blinked in there. I think if he just shoots Shu, doesn't use his blinks, and waits for his team to set up another dive, that would have been the play there. Because they should have won this fight, I think. After they kill Neptuno there, I think there's no reason for them to lose that. Like Janu dies to get frozen. But still, that's a 1-for-1. That's okay for them. And I think you go on Rio after his fortify is like gone, right? Maybe that's what they were trying to do, but the rest of the team just wasn't ready. Look, Rio's just not dying. That was a really good fortify from him. He was healing. Yeah. So as I said, Guangzhou Charge is gonna sit somewhere. They're gonna fucking slap down. Kronk actually almost has... Dude, Kronk can play every character. I swear, this guy is so good. Kronk was such a good off-season pickup for Charge. Like, he's really good. Like last week's match too. What are you doing, Twilight? What are you doing, Twilight? Twilight! Twilight's out here. He gets pulled. Okay, they try to pull Sticky Bomb. Sticky Bomb misses. Twilight's out. I was like, fuck, you gotta go back in, boy. Boy. I guess he thought it was here instead of there, but look, really, it's pretty hard. And we can look in really slow speed, right? But these players having to you know, think that quickly, because when you look at it on one speed, might seem like I'm flaming him, right? But when it goes this quickly, would you be able to react? Really fast, right? So just a little mess up, no big deal. And then I think with no Zen, this comp actually lacks a lot of damage in my opinion, because you play off the Discord orb and you really want to focus the Discord orb. But now they're still going in without Zen, which I think is a mistake. Apparently Sominsu kills Happy though.
Meteor strike.
Neptuno again, good dive target. They're all going for Neptuno. Getting Moira ulted. It's a mess. We'll look at how they kill Happy in a sec, actually. That's interesting. Dude, Neptuno is not dying. They're on him with the laser beam. The shoe laser beam. Oh, Neptuno gets sticky, though. Okay, that will end him. Nice sticky. Holy crap. Kill Somitsu. Okay, they've done it. They've listened to me. Actually, this fight's looking pretty good for Charger right now. And I think that's all because there was no Discord damage. Okay, so Fisher also ults. Kron gets dropped. Dude, armor does so much for Orisa, I swear. Once she has no more armor, she just gets bursted like now. Okay. But Titans end up winning that fight. Which I guess in retrospect, it was good that they pushed in like that. But I still think without Zen, you have so little damage. They ended up making up for it by using all these ults. But let's actually see how Somitsu ends up killing Happy. Because that breaks open the fight, right? Once that happens, it's a 5v5 again. Happy was doing a lot for this team earlier too. Somitsu comes in, sees Happy, just punches him into a wall, and just kills him. Wow. Dude, Somitsu is like the Predator. It's like... So Happy's used recall because he's just killed Twilight.
Hello.
He gets armored. Looking and scouting. He doesn't have the reaction speed to blink. And then he just dies. Because there's no recall, right? So once he gets punched, he's fucked. Nice hook from Krong actually on Somitsu. But yeah. Fight's over at this point. The two nuggets died. Actually, it's not over. It's still a 5v5, right? But Krong uses his ult. Wei Jiang is actually in a pretty vulnerable spot, but there's obviously no speed. Catch him out. Dude, May's so fun. Okay. So, the Titans win this fight. That's crazy. Thought the match score was glitched when you woke up and checked the scores? What do you think of running Jaehyung over Slime? I mean, it depends on how their scrims win, right? Like, if they want to play Brig, and Jaehyung was the better Brig, it makes sense. If they decide to play this dive, no, I don't think dive is like the best comp, but obviously it worked for them in scrims, right? So, yeah. Oh. Nice slam actually from Shannon, holy crap. Good. Mines too. Oh, all the mines get cleared. Wait, how do the mines get cleared so quick? Okay, so there's a bunch of mines everywhere. There's some up top too, though. 1, 2, 3. They go off against. One goes off against Rio. Another one gets shot, I guess. They just all kind of get cleared. There wasn't that many up top. There's some on the roof too. Damn. See just how much healing output? Like the... Mostly the Moya does when there's no D.Va in the game. Like the healing orb plus AoE heal. It's a lot. Early bongo from Rio actually. Really early bongo. I think time to kind of just wait this out. Happy's over here fighting. Less sense. He has armor. Armor. Anu comes in for the flank. The Transcendence for Fisher. I think they could have waited longer though, no? Like this Bongo's gonna run out soon. And they're still kind of diving while it's up. Like I feel like this Bongo is so early. Like look at how far everybody is. Like they have the point. They don't have to dive. Fisher could like sit here on the point and cover. Scary to get pulled, right? But what are they decide? Jaeyoung gets pushed off. I mean, they're forcing point, but that's okay, right? Like, either Janu, Fisher, or Stitch could like stall point. The pull comes out, so maybe they just trank because of the pull. Do they really need to though? There's not that much range damage on this team. There's like only the hook that can really follow up on the pull. And he's not hooking right now. Because the Bongo is still up. It's going to be up for like 5-10 more seconds. But I guess being proactive with that trance is good. Moira ult comes out. The pulse bomb misses this time. And the Bongo runs out. They did instantly back out. But they used trance. I guess they forced the Cole. So pretty good overall for the Titans here. They're still in control of point. Feel like Cole's obviously a worse ult than Transcendence, but they also got the Bongo. A really good ult. I feel like that Bongo is a little early from Rio. They go on the point. As I've said, Charge just kind of want to base themselves somewhere and then sit on that point. Make Happy finish off kills. Who has perma armor pack. Slam comes in. Dano. Fight fakes out. Nice mail from Nero. This is what I said, right? When you have the mail, the enemy team dives. There's no diva. But like threaten to eat it, so you can just blop it right on the Hammond. Rio's getting dove. Please help Rio. Oh, Krong gets hook actually. Wow, Krong is so good at hog. He's hit like every hook.
Meteor strike.
Meteor strike comes out. Actually misses. Nice juggle there, or dance from Rio. Kind of not too good meteor strike there. Yeah, this fight's over. That mail was very good. Oh my god, the fight's still going. On comes out with the hoggle. That was a long ass fight. Charge used all their ults for that, basically. And Titans have a lot of ults coming in. So it's actually not too bad here for the Titans. Even though, you know, that fight they lost. If you look at the ult situation, they had a really good Mayo, right? So Mayo went off. They used Bongo early, so no Bongo. They used the Hoggle. Hoggle's not that great, but still, they used Hoggle. They used Rally and they used Cole, so they only have Pulse Bomb. And Titans, they have a lot of ults coming up. There's the Winston ult, which is a really good ult. It allows Winston to stay alive, stay in there. There's obviously not that much tank healing here for the Titans. So having that Winston ult is really big. Hammond's more of a self-sufficient tank, but he's also almost got his mines right. And then they've also got almost got Pulse Bomb and also almost got Rally. They decide to walk out top.
Wait for it.
Okay. And then Stitch and Janu go in force point. Obviously you can't take the fight up here, right? You can't take a 6v6. You have to outbrain them with your mobility. So I like going to force point here from Janu and Stitch. Good retake. They're gonna force people back to point, and then the stack from Titans can walk out. Stitch and Janu obviously should not get caught here. Ooh, they actually stopped capping pretty early. Oh, and then Somansu just kind of punches out and dies. Like, I don't think I expected people to still be up here. But I would have liked Jano and Stitch to actually take that 2v1 against Happy. Or 2v2 against Happy and Tuno, I guess. This is rough. Because they thought they dropped. So Soman Su is like, hey, they dropped. Let's walk out, you know. But then they're still there. And then he... What is that right click from Krong? What? Dude, Soman Su's like, I'm gonna punch these idiots. I'm gonna punch him so hard. Krong's like, nah, bro. Bloop! What is that? There's just no way, dude. Bloop! What? 99% of his health with one right click. Doom has 250 HP. There's just no way. Dude, that's so sad for Soman Su. But Krong's a god hog, is what we figured out so far. Krong is a god hog. This man shall not be tested. Oh, nice wall there from Nero, actually. I really like that wall. Now they can just push up. Titans only have one fight left. They gotta back the frick out. Back it up, back it up. Okay. Let's see here. Charge set up on point. Okay, okay. Again, stacking up. They've got Rio a little bit forward, which I like. Danu comes in, mines, and slams. And again, Titans didn't use any ults that fight, so it's not the end of the world, right? They've got a big ult bank here to charge a 0 ult. So actually, this fight's looking very good for the Titans. Obviously, if Titans win this, they still have to win another fight. They're only 70%. But good early mines from Danu. Comes in, slams a bunch of people. Rio is forced to fortify. So after this fortifies ran out, Rio is actually a really good target here for the Titans. Okay, so all the cooldowns from Charge are basically used. Ooh, Krong again hooks, but it disconnects, I think. Okay, let's go. What? Krong's hog play has been a work of art so far. No, he doesn't hook, he just misses, okay. That's his first missed hook, Kappa. Sticky comes in. Okay, so this is a cool trick you can do as Tracer, right? Probably all of you know this by watching the stream right now. But if the Mei goes into Ice Block, yes, then Stitch, he can sticky the Ice Block when he knows, hey, if I sticky now and the Mei waits it out fully, then it will still, you know, stick him. So Stitch goes, oh, Nero actually goes out of Ice Block before Stitch can stick it. But you can stick the Ice Block itself. And then when Nero goes out, it will stick to him. So I think that's why Nero went out early. Because he knew, hey, he's probably going to stick my Ice Block. Stitch then still sticks him. A good sticky. Twilight also dies. Good counter kill for the Charge here. And Charge is now starting to get their ults up again, right? Ryu Jaeyoung uses his ult. Good catch by Nero, yeah. This is okay for the like them setting up on point is good, right? Because Charge only get another fight anyway. So if they can cap and then delay and extend the fight by a little bit, Charge actually don't get another fight here. So nice boop by Janu. He's really low though. Run, Janu, run. Okay, he's out. Fisher dies to pulse bomb. What? People. Somebody's got to teach the Vancouver Titans not to run into pulse bombs. This is the second freaking time, man. He had ult too. He had ult. It's a sad day. Fisher's low. He's running. He's running. Happy sees him. He's running. Happy misses pulse bomb. It's way far away from Fisher. Fisher jumps into it. Tries to jump away. He dies. Oh. He is a dead Winston. The facial expression on this Winston right now. He's like, I had ult. I'm so sad. Duh. That's like a Source Dome expression right there. New. Oh no. I cry. Winston die. What is that? That's Fisher IRL after this play. That's like a Source Dome. Look in the chat. That's great. I love that. Wee! 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 I can't. He's still flying. He's gone. He's he's still going. There's just no way. Is he gonna fall off? He's still going. Wee. How far will he go? He's still going. He's still going. Oh, he's gone. He's respawned. How far is that? He's all the way over here. Wait, he's on.
Cheers, love. The cavalry's here.
He's on the Paul Village now. We were playing Shrine. He flew all the way to Nepal Village. Where's Shrine?
Cheers, love.
Shrine is here.
Cavalry's here.
There's no way. Thanks for the follows, guys. Fisher swap maps. He went all the way down. Wait, this is... I didn't even know, dude. You can do this? You can just fly up to another map. Look at Sanctum. Look, now we're on Shrine. And now we're on Village. That's OP. I didn't know. Fisher flew all the way over to Village. Oh, that was funny. I can't. I can't watch this again. Okay, we're gonna watch the other aspects of this fight, okay?
Bombs away.
It's an educational stream. Cracks me up every time. We're stopping. No more Fisher physics. No more. Wait, this time he just dies here. What? I'm so good. Whatever. Okay. This time he doesn't fly. I don't understand. Wait, now he's here. Wait. We just saw his body fly off the map repeatedly. And now he's just dead over here.
Bombs away.
Okay, other parts of this fight. Beam. Well, Fisher's dead. He had Primal. We're very sad. Fisher's dead. But still, I think it's let me see. One person here. 4 people. So it's a 5v5 right now. Janu goes in again. Janu kind of goes in without anybody there. So yeah, he gets pulled back. He's gonna die. Yes, he is going to die. Okay. And then the bongo comes out. So what went for a really good fight for the Titans? And I got turned here because one, the dives were uncoordinated at the very end there. It's hard because nobody has every cooldown, right? And two, Fisher wasn't able to ult. Which is rough, and then the bongo comes out. Bongo has a really good ult. Keep talking about bongo, so I mean, yeah. All Charge really has to do is just sit on point, use the bongo, use their ultimates, use their AoE healing. Oh, Fisher comes in with ult now. And Twilight also Transcendence says a bunch of ults coming out here for the Titans. Oh, nice juggles from Fisher so far. He's pushing everybody away. He's gonna go kill Neptuno. Oh my god, they're winning this fight. Fisher's a god. So after we cracked up about his Winston flying to Nepal village, he's now came in and redeemed himself as the Winston god. Let me see. Oh, he got wait, no, he's not nano. What does this show like he's nanoed? They don't even have an Ana. What's happening right now? Fisher's so good that it looks like he is nano even when there's no Ana on his team. Oh, actually, that might be the Primal Rage effect. Yeah, it's the Primal Rage effect. I see. Not nano. Okay, so first he dodges the pull and the mail. He waits up his opportunity. He sees Neptuno's low. Goes in. Punch 1. Punch 2. Somehow kills Happy. I don't even know how. But he somehow kills Happy. Man goes back in. Sees Shu. Gives Shu a little bit of the business. Goes back in again. Catches out Neptuno and Krong.
This will heal you.
Boom. Takes out Neptuno. I don't even know how he... I don't think Fissure knew how he killed Happy there. But he did. Does that turn the fight back around? Could the Charge still win this? Who's up? Oh. Now Neptuno's flying to Africa. What's going on? Wee. I can't. He's flying to village, dude. He's flying to Nepal village. We don't even care about the match anymore. Look, there's village. He's flying too far. He missed his target. He's still flying. Okay. Oh my god, he flew so far. Taking me a while to get back up here. Okay. Ragdoll physics, we've had enough of it. No more ragdoll physics. You ever noticed? Oh yeah, that's all cough maps. We just figured that out too, Nathanator. Anyway. Neptuno's dead. Okay, we're watching him die again. Okay. Neptuno dies. So is Happy. So now it's a 4v4 question mark? Stitch is over here. Sominsu's dead. And then there's 4 people from the charge on point. Happy's dead right now. Stitch is gonna back pretty quick, actually. But overall, I feel like this is still pretty good for the charge. They can set up. They can still do pull hooks. Mei gets a lot of value in these long fights, right? Because she can freeze people. Janu comes in, pushes people. Bye, Nero. Bye, Neptuno. He's going to Neptune. Now his name makes sense. Twilight with the Discord orb. What? Rio doesn't die here? What? Oh. Just call me Nathan? Okay. I will call you Nathan. Does Rio not die here? I'm so confused. Okay. So, yeah. Spam comes out. Janu with a nice boop. And a Discord orb on Rio. Forces Fortify? Yes. Fortify's out. He's low. He's no armor left. Fisher comes in. Nice boop from Janu. He's 1 HP. He's not 1 yet. Still got his Fortify up. Fortify's gonna run out. It's ran out. And then... What are you doing, Fisher? I think he tries to like maximize it and get the last tick mid-flight on Rio, but he fucked up. He done goofed. He's done did it. Oh, he's 1 HP. There's just no way he lives, dude. He's 21. Fisher had just zapped for like 2 more seconds there and then jump. Rio would have died. And then it would have been a 1-for-1 trade. But now Rio freaking lives. And they don't finish him off. I swear, Overwatch is a game of inches. Sometimes you do just that 1 tick of damage. And you finish somebody off, and sometimes you don't. They end up getting Krong though. And Twilight with the Discord orb is doing a ton right now. Making these tanks feel like squishies. Rio can die here. He still has no Fortify. Please kill Rio. Okay, they punch him away. Oh, he has Fortify again. What is that Fortify animation? He looks like fucking someone from a movie that's like Blue Steel. He looks like an Avengers character right now. Why are the eyes like he's dead? Okay. Who's that Pokemon? He's a toy army man if they were blue instead of green. You're a genius. Anyway, they killed Nero too. Twilight dies though, so Happy's been doing a really good job picking off Twilight because he's the backbone of this whole Titans team, right? Like if you get the Zen Discords out and you focus them, that's really good for you. Okay, good slam from Somitsu. They don't really focus Rio, who's so killable. Please kill Rio, please. Yes. Yes. Kill him. No. Neptuno saves him. I don't think he'll die. God, the target focus at the end here was bad. They could have killed Rio twice so far. He's got another toy army soldier ability, another Fortify, so he's not gonna die again. My God. I swear Titan should have won this. After they killed 2 with that primal, they were in prime position to win this. Oh. Yeah, what happened? Okay. My screen just flickered for no reason. I know Fisher come in. Not dying. And then, yeah, Guangzhou just clean up from there. Wow. What a map, dude. Titans had a lot of opportunities to win that, actually. And I really feel like on Koth, if you win that first fight, you're doing really good for the rest of the map. But there were just some pretty unfortunate events actually for Titans, and they even clutched it up a few times. Like one time Twilight got pulse bombed right as they walked in. One time Soman Su got right clicked right in his face as he walked in, right? So that map really could have gone either way. And I'm really not sure if I like this like mega full dive counter from Charge actually, because they actually give up so much spam damage with it. But like maybe the Brig and Moira are overkill. Maybe they could run Lucio Moira, or they could run I'm not sure. I guess if the comp works, it works, right? So why change it? It's probably because they're all really good at these characters, right? Can't really play Zen against the dive like the way Titans are playing it. That's why they're playing the Moira instead.
5, 4, 3, 2.
And they still have the Orisa. So there's still some spam damage here. Okay, so again, Titans playing the same dive comp. I guess Soman Su has just done better than Haxel on the Doomfist, because they played Doom all 3 stages. Yeah, Brig's for the Tracer though, isn't she? Pack Tracer's a bitch. I mean, I'm saying the Brig is really good there. Yeah, Brig's for the Tracer, you're right. Because you're playing the Tracer with the Brig, he's perma armor packing Happy, otherwise Happy would just get killed by Stitch every time. Lucio wouldn't get a lot of value with Orisa Hog, plus Tracer is less enabled. That's true. So if you play Lucio, you'd have to play like Ryan Orisa. Which is also interesting, right? But it's not the way they're going for. That's pretty interesting from the Charge. Krong has been fucking people on the Hog. He's actually been like a really good Hog so far. I like that they're playing to that strength, I guess. And it also seems like they're very ready for this dive comp from Titans. Probably played a lot of scrims in the against the Chinese L teams, because teams like Chengdu, they really like running dive too. We saw Spark run a bunch of dive as well, right? Probably a bunch of teams playing dive over there, so they had time to figure out a comp that just beats the dive. Janu and Fisher jump in. They're just gonna get frozen over here. The bubble comes out, but Janu's already frozen. Nice wall actually from Nero to make sure that they could kill him for free. What? What? You guys seeing this shit? I thought it was falling down.
1.
Okay, let's look at this fissure bubble in slow motion here. Fisher.
Clear impact area.
Jumping in. Jumping in. Chanu's already in. Maybe a little bit early because Fisher's now jumping. You'd rather have both connect at the same time, I feel. But fine, fine. Fisher. Bubbles. Bubble, good bubble, right? He wants to get it right on top of Janu so he can get saved. Bubble 700 HP. So it'd help to keep Janu alive and himself. But look at what the bubble does here. It gets stuck on an invisible rock in the air, so it shields nobody. And now Janu and Fisher are very sad and they die. Or I guess Fisher doesn't because Neptuno saved them, but yeah. I did not know you could Winston bubble the sky or an invisible rock, but now you guys know. The more you know. Happens to the best of them. That is very unfortunate, because actually they would have probably done a lot better if that bubble was actually in the middle of the enemy team, right? And first fight's so important that something like that. This can't be a spectator bug, right? Because it had to have been here in the game too. It couldn't have been inside of the enemy team. And spectator bugs are mostly like super quick related stuff, right? Not a Winston bubble. It's mostly like a Doom right click or a blink. Dude, that's so unlucky for freaking Titans. Because I'm not saying Jono would have lived there, right? Because they were mistimed. But they would have definitely done more as a team. And Fisher could have zapped for a longer time, right? Fought more of his ult. That's just pretty unfortunate. Oh, and then Happy comes in, clips Twilight. Yeah, at this point, fight's over, right? Like, once Titans don't get a good dive off, then Charges get a lot of space. Space is really good for their comp.
The objective is now active.
Actually, somewhat surprised that Charge didn't just go directly to point, but it worked out for them perfectly. Like, Janu has to play really clean, and I think a lot of the time he can't actually like slam as Hammond into this comp. He has to like roll through, make boops happen, and then try to slam someone that's isolated instead of slamming into the entirety of the enemy team. But I guess they were trying to just combine the slam with the Winston bubble, and they were just mistimed. And the Winston bubble was also unlucky. So, all of Titans, or not all of them actually, 4 of Titans decide to rotate to point. 2 of them decide to go kitchen. This is interesting, right? Because normally we'd see like the Titans send 2 people to point, like the Tracer and the Hammond. So sending this many people to point, I feel like it's okay though. If you can just force Charge to all drop and go to point, that's good for the Titans, because then they can set up their support line on the high ground and they can get really good Discord orb for the Zenyatta. So that's exactly what they're gonna do. I don't like how the Titans backline dropped. I think if they had just taken high ground here, would have been really good. They could still do it, right? But now it's gonna be a little longer rotation. Jano again getting focused, gets out this time. Who comes in? Fisher's in.
Bombs away.
I think their backline still isn't really set up, but this is okay. Yeah, I kind of felt rushed. I think you need to set up for a longer time, as the Titan. Like, I really feel like if they would have just taken this high ground after the enemy team dropped a point, played it slower, all set on high ground, right? And then have people drop from this side and this side when Guangzhou actually goes point. Because if you all go high ground, they have to kind of go point, right? Otherwise, you can just, jump on the people that aren't on point. Or just poke them out. But they kind of go really quick. Like, Twilight's someone in position, Neptuno or Ryu Jaehyun can't armor anyone. You're wondering if Twilight slipped when going kitchen. Maybe, yeah. Wait, what? Nice.
The objective is now active.
Nope, he just goes straight main. He could have just rolled out like it doesn't take that long, right? Like, he could have just rolled out this way, gone high ground, gone kitchen, or even went all the way high ground together with Ryu Jaehyun. Pushed out, taken the high ground, and then you have really good sight lines on point and out of point, and you're safe. Because what's really gonna go high ground for the Charge team, right? Maybe the Tracer, but if you have your Sand and Break together, you're good. So I don't like how rushed this was for the Titan. Like, it seems so rushed. Like they were doing a good job forcing the enemy team on point, and then Jano just kind of goes in. Like the whole team isn't ready. Like they were setting up pretty good earlier, especially on Sanctum. I thought their setups were good, but I don't know how Neptuno doesn't get knocked into a wall there though by Somitsu. That's unfortunate. He just kind of scathes it. Unlucky. That could have been a hit if it was just a little bit closer. Then Neptuno would have died. But still, I think the dive was very rushed. Like Somitsu's using all his cooldowns. Fisher gets stuck, right? It's not clean. Like it's.
Time's up.
I don't know. Just not set up enough. I think if you're gonna play dive in a meta like this, you need to first find a good Discord. Oh. I hit my pop filter and now it's fucking up again. I hate life. I think you need to set up high ground with your support. Like you need to put your flex support in a position where you can do a lot and be safe. Then second, I think you need to find a Discord. Maybe even get some cooldowns out right from the enemy team. And then third, you need to all dive in at the same time, 3, 2, 1 on the Discord, and look to get flanks going, right? They just kind of all came in from the same side, uncoordinated, no Discord orb. Just a bad dive. Hey, Cass. Prediction for Philly versus Paris. So I think what you have to do with hero bans, if you're doing predictions, and this is why I don't like doing these week-to-week power rankings, right? I think they're very weak, because every week is going to be different with hero bans. For example, I think this week, teams that can play Orisa Sigma really well, Orisa Sigma Mei, those kind of comps, are very strong teams. And what we've seen from Paris is that they've been really good at Lucio, they've been really good at Ryan, which I think you could still play in this patch, actually. If you play like Ryan Orisa, that's pretty good. But I think Philly overall is the more flexible team. I think Hisu's really good. I think who's it? Ivy's really good at Mei, right? And in general, I feel like the teams that play Mei to her top potential right now in every comp are the ones that do really well, like Soul and stuff. And I think Nico's a good Mei. I don't think he's as good as Ivy. I think FD God and Funny Astro are both really good, right? I think the depth of the Philly roster is just a little bit deeper. But if you want my full prediction, then you have to watch the companion stream tonight. Oksabi311 asks, "Oh, you already watched the Fissure Primal on the Nepal Shrine map?" Yes, I did. Ryan Orisa or Orisa Sigma, what comp is better? I think it's very map dependent and dependent on what team or comp you play, right? I think Orisa Sigma is better if you're playing against the slow composition, because Orisa does a lot of damage, he has his own shield. But if you're playing against a really fast composition, like the dive that Titans is playing here, I think Sigma's not good at all. So it really depends on what team comp you're playing against. And there's no like, this one it must be better, Depends on your team style. And because these teams only have a week to practice, I think what's really important is that, you just go with your team style and you just play the shit out of it. Like, if you're just playing the game to play the best comp, or, play the best possible comp and you swap comps every day and you don't practice anything, that's bad. So that's why I don't even mind the Titans playing hard dive here, because they probably just picked it. They felt, hey, this is good for our team, and we're just gonna try and win up with it, right? Even though I don't think that dive was like the meta this week, right? I did like the whole hero band breakdown, and I thought like spam compositions with Orisa Sigma would probably get most played, and then like Ryan comps and then dive, But Titans really likes dive as a team. And Janu's really good at Hammond, actually. Again, they're forcing point. I like forcing point this time. Okay, Twilight goes high ground. They don't go high ground. Why? They're baiting me. Is their team just like playing too fast? Like, because them going like this, they can push out the Tracer together. That's no problem for a Zen and a Break together, right? The Tracer can't 1v2. And then they just go high ground, and then they set up here, and then they shoot the people on point. But no, they're like, we're gonna go here, we're gonna bait Kasoras, and then we're gonna drop. Oh, and Twilight's like, let's go top and move down. No, we're going main. I guess you can also rotate to this bottom left area, and this also has good sightline, right? So it's not the end of the world. But I think you need to put your Zen in a position where he can discord very easily. And I think that high ground position is like a good example of that, right? So yeah. Ryu Jaeyoung walks in. Twilight should also rotate. And then they dive in. But again, where's the discord orb? It's unhappy right now. And you can't really dive a Tracer, right? I would really like to see them like get a discord orb on Neptuno or on Rio even or on Shu. Like get a discord orb on a person you want to die. Maybe even on the frickin' Roadhog, you know. Anyway, Sticky comes out, Happy misses. Janu gets frozen again, he's not having a good time. Yeah, and if you're gonna play dive of Zen, you need to play in your Zen LOS. That's why I want them to go high ground so badly. Lose the fight again. They have a bunch of ults now. But this game's going horrible for them so far. They really need to go and win this next fight. And their forcing point is good, right? Because they're getting what they want. They're getting charged to drop. But they're just not using the space that they're getting, and they're rushing it, it feels like. They're playing too fast. Watch this fight out in full. Again, they're getting the Guangzhou Charge to drop. Again, Twilight's not taking high ground. They're on point. Fine. We're just kind of gonna rush in, I guess, because Twilight has changed. So this makes sense, right? He had Trance this time, so going hard with Trance on point is good. Good mail from Nero. Nice wall too. Yeah, it doesn't even let Janu through. Nice roll. Janu's still getting healed, but he's still frozen. He's still frozen. Freezing. Fisher goes in, but I was just gonna die. Bongo, the best ult in the game, is up. This is actually a really good point for Bongo too. It's hard to kill it. Oh, Janu doesn't die. Fisher does though. Fisher even ults and he still dies because of the Bongo. Oh. Bomb comes in on Ryu Jaeyoung. Oh, he should have ulted the Bongo. I don't think it matters, but killing Bongo is important, guys. Yeah. The charges clean up. So I just feel like a lack of setup here from the Titans. And obviously, this map's hard to win right after you lose the first fight. But they got the charge to rotate the point, which is kind of what they want. They just didn't do anything after they did that. You know, they kind of just went. Anyway, that's map 1. This Guangzhou against Vancouver series. Now, we'll get into map 2 in a sec. But I've got to get some coffee. And you guys should also get something to drink. Stay hydrated. So I will see you guys in a second. And if you do like the stream and you like the educational content and sometimes the memes, Make sure you leave a follow, and I'll see you guys in a second. Right back. Hello, it's me. There we go. We're back, baby. Oh, Titans have swapped it up. Got our new lineup, or they've got new characters.
One.
They're playing spam now. No more dive. But dive is just a cough thing for them, I guess. They're playing spam. And so is Charge. Now, Titans are playing more of a safe spam, right? You play the Kree as an insurance. Kree is better against every comp, I feel, but the spam mirror. Stitch is also more of a hit scan main than a Hanzo player, I feel. So maybe just a preference thing too. I just feel like dropping the Hanzo for a Kree is no big deal, right? Hanzo does help in that he has his scouting arrow, which helps the Orisa a lot, right? And Hanzo helps in that his ult is a lot better than High Noon. I think High Noon's not a very good ult, especially against spam. And Hanzo ult works really well with the Orisa pool. So there you go. But I interesting that, you know, Titans went from playing only dive to now playing a spam comp on defense. Probably because they felt that the charge comp was beating them, right? They couldn't dive it anymore. So they decided to go for a more spam comp. Now it also makes sense that Ryu Jaehong is on the BAP, I guess, because flex supports most of the time have better aim than main supports. So like playing the BAPs then makes some sense to me. And maybe, like, I think Slime's BAP was pretty good. But maybe Ryu Jaehong has done better on the BAP in scrims, right? It's interesting, again, that So Min-soo is still in over Haxel. Because Haxel has played the Mei for them, like, historically. And his Mei was good, I thought. And then So Min-soo is normally the one that, you know, is playing the Kree and these other characters. So it's very interesting that Haxel's just not playing right now.
Cheers, love! The cavalry's here!
Thank you for the follow, Pseudo-Man. There's a rumor going around Inven that he hurt his wrist. Could be. He plays on the highest sense possible, which he's known to be a wrist aimer, right? Which do a lot of these flicks. And you know, if you don't do the wrist stretches and the wrist exercises, guys, could hurt your wrist. But of course it's just a rumor, right? Like, maybe it could be true, maybe it's not. We don't know. It wouldn't make too much sense for them not to play him. But again, we've seen teams flex around players more this season than we have any other season, right? Big shock, right? Ooh, because there's so much variables in each comp. They're playing a lot of different players. And maybe so the Vancouver are trying as well, right? Play with different players. Okay. So let's see the positionings here from the Vancouver Titans. They've got Stitch, Ryu Jaehong, and Twilight all on the same angle in the back line. Now, I'm not too sure about this. I like that the Zen and Bap are here because they don't have much damage fall off, right? But I don't think Stitch does max damage from this range. Maybe he does. Maybe he doesn't. But oftentimes I'll see the Kree play more over here on this area. So that's pretty interesting. And, yeah. Guangzhou kind of walking in as a team. Where's Nero right now? Interesting. Oh, he's with the team? Okay, he's just hidden. Puts up wall. Puts up shield, I mean. Krong gets walled, so that's a really good wall from So Min-soo. Oh, it's not that good of a wall, though, because he's able to walk out. And now Nero is in, but he's getting spammed out. So let's play this in a little more speed. I've not seen this yet. Not seen any of this match. So we'll try and watch the fight. Fisher has to fortify because of that pull. So even though that pull didn't get anything, right? Still good pull. Fisher's fortifies down for the next 10 seconds now. Can't play as aggro on the Orisa. And they forced them back to point by taking some of the angles. Now what you'll typically see is the 4-2 split, right? In the spam mirror, you always see the Mei and Sigma playing together, taking that 2v2 against the enemy team's Mei Sigma, right? And then you've got the rest of the squad, normally the Baptiste, Zenyatta, and Orisa playing together, and then you've got the second DPS playing with the core, but also going for flanks a lot of the time, right? So now Stitch is looking for this flank. Peeks out, goes for a couple shots, right? Then he's gonna go away again. Yeah. See the 2v2 and then the 4v4 basically. And this is very typical in the spammy. Oh, Nero gets walled off, so good wall there from Sominsu. Forces Nero's ice block, so they're kind of ahead in the 2v2 right now. Guangzhou Charge positioning is allowing them to help the 2v2 a little more now. Overall, this attack from Guangzhou has been very interesting, right? They like made some decent rotations. They've been spamming the shield a lot. They've been trying to play off their pulls. Overall, good spam comp knowledge so far. Okay. So now, actually, the whole team is going with Krong over here, which is very interesting. Nero gets walled. Rio and Happy are staying behind. So I like this fluidity from the Titans. Nice counter wall from Nero. Might save his ice block even. Yes, he saved his ice block. Oh, he did go ice block, I think. Yeah, he did. Almost saved it. Nice try. Alex, trying to like maximize your cooldowns is very important, especially in mirror matchups where the enemy team, you know, they have the exact same comp as you. So you can't win just on matchup, right? You have to win on brain. Rock pull misses. Rio peeks out again. Again, it's 4-2. They're starting to get a little more space now. The Baptista comes out. Nice drone from Neptuno, though, saving himself. Good split. They're doing exactly what they want, right? They haven't been getting picked yet. And they're now winning the spam war somewhat. Especially because Stitch, you know, won't do as much damage at this range as the Kree. Or as the Hanzo. And especially like Nero and Krong here on the flank have been doing a great job. Seems like a very good execute so far from the Guangzhou Charge. They haven't been getting picked at all. They've gotten the Baptiste ult now. It didn't get any value, right? So Neptuno's going to get his Baptiste ult now. Nero uses wall. Doesn't get too much. They use their own Baptiste ult. This seems like a really good one. Right? They're all able to shoot into it. Pool comes out to support it too. Dude, what is this fight so far? It's been so slow. It's been 2 minutes for one fight. And I don't think we've gotten one kill yet. Just because both these teams are actually playing it really well. The Guangzhou attack has been really clean so far. They haven't been overextending. They've been taking space slowly. They've been playing off their pulls, right? And this is exactly how you want to play the spam here. And now, even without getting any kills, they've controlled the point, right? And I think that's a lot because their Baptiste ult got a lot more value than the Titans Baptiste ult, even though the Titans got theirs first, right? Twilight ends up dying, Happy ends up dying. That's a good trade for Charge, I think. Zen is really good. Oh, but then Shu dies without using Transcendence. Nero and Krong win the 2v2. Kill Sominsu. And Nero comes out with the ult. Nero's Mei has been really impressive so far. I mean, we know that. Nero's just been impressive overall as a player. Ooh, they still haven't won yet though. Oh, they're gonna use the pull plus the ult plus the Krong ult, the Sigma ult. Really good combo, and they finish off the point that way. And even though you might say, hey, Chargie's freaking all of their ults, what are they doing? Like in the spam here, taking this first point is really hard. Like unless you get like a nice pick, you just see how long these fights are taking. It's because they have to like take space slowly, don't rush anything, and then take the point.
Objective lost.
So now,
Stop the payload.
again, Titans is going to set up on high ground. Actually, a pretty good defense for Titans, right? They held for 2 minutes, and they got a bunch of ults out of Charge. Charge used 4 or 5 even, and they only used 1. The high noon. Oh no, they used 2, but the bat bolt's up again. So nice job from you, Jaehong. Yeah, Nero and Krong looking to get that angle on the enemy team. Going for the really close range, right? Because both of these characters are really close range characters. Like, you can't just play a long range with these characters. They're not going to do anything from point. So I like that they're going for this. And they're trying to wall up here, which is really smart. Oh my god, that's so smart. So they're having the 4 stack on point, and then Krong and Nero take the high ground by walling up here. That's a really good play, actually. And now there's a lot of pressure on these guys, right? Because they have to go and contest this. Otherwise, Nero's just going to go up and freeze people, and Krong's going to shoot people. So Sominsu and Janu should go and contest this. They have the wall. Charge does not have the wall right now. Oh, Somitsu just used wall. And he used ice block. So this is bad. Because now they can't really contest the 2v2 anymore. Janu ends up ulting. He ults both Krong and Nero. That's very interesting. Maybe they can get Krong here. They get the drone. And then they end up killing Neptuno, so good job by Twilight. We'll see how that happens in a sec. Oh, Somitsu ults, but Nero blocks it. Wait, where'd it go? Yeah, Nero blocked it. Nice, Nero. Holy crap. Krong should still die here, right? He's getting chased down. Okay, Krong did die. That block was insane. Yeah, even I thought it's so fast. He's so good. God damn. That was really nice. Nero's a god at me. Okay. But Titans do end up winning this because they picked Neptuno, right? Early in that fight. Twilight kind of popped. See what Twilight did here. Get some first person Twilight POV. This pull. Rio getting spammed out. See Happy. Discord's Happy. Oh, misses the shot on Happy. So he could have definitely hit that. Oh, now he has to reload. Oh, so Happy should definitely died there. He kills Happy. Oh, he's already killed Neptuno at this point.
Is best.
So yeah, Sominsu needs the orbs. Disgorge Neptuno. Oh, and does he go for the right click? Oh, that's so good. This is a nice angle here. And it's hard to attack a point like this, right? You have to kind of like take this side of the map, which is what they're trying to do. But not working out as well. Let's watch this block from here.
Group up with me.
So I don't think he does it in reaction to the mailed, actually. I think he does it in reaction to Krong getting frozen and being low. And then he just kind of gets the mail too. Which is really good from Nero, right? But I feel like it wasn't a reaction wall. It's more of a, hey, I walled to save Krong, which is good. And then Somitsu happened to ult it. Anyway, because Titans kind of win the 4v4 over here. Twilight pops off. I feel like Titans as a whole, or Charge as a whole, could focus more on the Fisher Shield here in the 4v4. But yeah, Nano ends up ulting. Somitsu ends up ulting. So it's not the end of the world here for Charge. They got 2 ults out. Now they have to do the whole setup process again, right? You see Titans play that 4-2 split as well. They're holding actually very close. You've now got freaking Nero and Krong going over here on the left side. So every single retake, Nero and Krong are just going from a different angle. Very good. They wall off Fisher. Gonna spam his shield. Orisa's shield's pretty low HP, right? It's only 600 HP. But he has 2 because he's on the defensive position. Pretty hard so far for Charge to break through. But they're getting payload push right now. Because they were able to force out Janu by shooting his shield a lot. Oh, and then Rio just kind of like plays really far up. I kind of like the forward hold for Fisher just kind of play, but then they don't contest the 2v2 here, and they don't really push in either. Fisher just kind of getting spammed. And Janu gives up the angle because they were able to spam away his shield. He's only 500 shield right now, but still. I think. Where do Titans pulls go? Oh, that's too far forward. Oh, he doesn't fortify. What? He gets pulled and he doesn't fortify. Oh, that's a big misplay for Fisher because he should live there. Like, there's so many cooldowns up. He has fortify. And then he gets pulled. And he doesn't want to be launched. But I really feel like if he sees this pull come in and he just fortifies it. Oh, my bad. We went too far. Okay. He just fortifies before the pull hits him. Then he's good, right? Because Rio's already used his fortify. So, like, there's no reason to not fortify here, right? It's not like it's a greedy play. And then he's too greedy, he gets rocked, and then he dies. But actually, Titans were in a pretty good spot here. Because Janu had this off angle. He has a shield up again. The shield from Krong was starting to get low. And Fisher almost had another shield up. So if they could have just spammed the shield a little bit more, went for their own pull play after he's used Fortify, shielded aggressively, right, taking some space, there was no reason for Fisher to die there. And Titans actually really should have won that fight. Now they have to back up there. Orisa's dead. Orisa's like the cornerstone of this whole composition. Like, her pulls enable this spam composition so much. Titans go and pull out, push out the high ground. Which is good, right? You don't want Dismay and Sigma to like go for a flank while you're holding the bridge. You don't want the enemy team to have high ground either way. High ground's very strong. So it ends up in being a spam war here, right? Which is good for Titans because obviously there's no payload push right now. Kind of gets poked out. Both teams use an ult. The Bongo comes out for Titans, and the Baptisto comes out for Charge. I feel like Titans maybe could have even stacked both Bongo and the Baptisto, and I also think this Bongo positioning is bad because it can just get shot, right? If you would have placed it like here, it wouldn't have been able to get shot, maybe. I don't know. Oh, so the Sigma shield breaks. Then the ult comes out. Does Ryu Jaehong also ult? No. I feel like he could have probably ulted too. Does he? He drones. And their Bongo dies. And then Happy kills Twilight. Oh, but the biggest fucking ult from Johnny we've ever seen. They end up trancing it. Nice trance from Shield. Dude, look at Charge seems so good in this spam matchup. As Happy's actually just spamming them from behind. Nice flank from him. He ends up dying. Okay, so Charge do end up losing this fight. But overall, it was pretty clean from them so far. They're starting to push the cart now, which is great. They're still getting cart push. They're still pushing cart. You and Neptune end up getting walled down there. And Titans do end up getting the high ground, but they're still pushing cart. Okay, Krongs should die here. Yes. No. Yes, he's dead. Okay, finally. But they ended up getting a cart from here all the way to over here, right? Overall, pretty well played from both sides. I like the flank from Happy. I think he overstayed after he killed Twilight. So let's look at his POV a little bit. Like, if you kill Twilight there, it's actually really good. Okay, Happy goes for flank. Oh wait, I'm too far back or what? What's happening? Wait, was it? Yeah, it was Happy that flank, right? Yeah. Yeah, he kills Twilight. Goes up, kills Twilight with one shot. Nice. And then he drops, so that's really good, right? That's worth. And then now maybe he should play safe. Oh, they actually try to wall off Huge Trance, but he gets through. And then they're doing good. Trance is keeping everybody full HP. And then Happy climbs back up. And then they know he's there, obviously, because he just killed Twilight. So they react, they kill him. Maybe that wasn't worth. Maybe just killing the Zen there is enough for Happy, and he shouldn't go again, you know? Now it's a 5v5 again. Rio tries to push up. There's no shield, so he gets chunked the hell out of. He dies. Rio also pushes up a little too deep. When his team was like going to push the cart, right? Like if they want to push, they need to all push. And if they want to push cart, Rio needs to play safe. So yes, Happy ends up, going a little too hard after getting a really sick pick on Twilight. And then Kron goes to push cart, and then Rio like also just goes in. So definitely some misplays there from Guangzhou either way. They should have just played back if they were going to push cart, or played aggro if they weren't going to do it, right? Can't do two things at the same time. Okay. So Charge have to reset. This is great for Titans. Ooh, excuse me.
60 seconds
And then
remaining.
Charge now have a bunch of ults. So Titans did use a lot of ults, right, to win that. Their Bongo didn't get much value. So pull plus Hanzo ult comes out. Where's this Hanzo ult coming from? Oh, it's right here. Nice. That's a really good combo, right? Which will force the drone out from Ryu Jaeha. Oh, they trance it, actually. I think that's an error. Wait, Yeah, I think you always drone this. I think you want to save trance or the Sigma ult or the Mayo, because those ults last really long, right? So trance in this isn't good. I think you drone this because there's no follow-up damage, right? If they were able to kill drone very easily, then obviously you don't want to drone this. Yeah, Jaehyung had drone up. Like, this is the drone right now. He has it up. So trance in this is bad. And they use a bunch of other cooldowns too. So Min-Su uses the ice block. Fisher uses the fortify. And ideally you only use the drone here to counter this Hanzo ult, right? I think this is bad from Titans. I think you drone this, you don't use wall, or maybe you use wall, right? And you don't use all these other cooldowns. Because now they have 0 cooldown. They only have drone right now. So if they get Krong ulted, then they just lose, you know? That kind of stuff. Because they used way too many cooldowns for this to pull Hanzo ult, and they all panicked. I think teams that have played this matchup a lot will know when to use drone and when to use trance. You never stack them, and oftentimes when you can drone, you should drone, you know? Like when you get Sigma ulted or Hanzo ulted, if you have drone, you would rather use that than the trance, right? Okay, so they go for their own Hanzo ult plus pull. Nice job. If Charge can drone this, and then Charge uses the Mei ult. And obviously Fisher has just used Fortify. It's on a 3-second cooldown still. So he might get frozen here, might not. He might just die because he has no Fortify, right? Yeah, he gets frozen because he used his Fortify earlier. And this is what I'm talking about, right? If you don't react properly to these ultimates, you're going to use your cooldowns, waste them, and you're going to lose, right? So Fisher having to use the Fortify earlier because he didn't trust his teammates, right? He didn't trust either the trance or the drone to come out. Same for Sominsu. It's kind of screwing them right now. And then the Hanzo ult comes out, right? Good Hanzo ult. But Neptuno, nice drone, right? And this is what I'm talking about. Hanzo ult, if you can drone, you should drone. They get out. Ryu Jaeyoung tries to drone Fisher. It misses. So they get 0 drone value. And just Charge right now getting way more value out of the cooldowns. Somehow
30 seconds.
they die. Oh, Sominsu got a nice mail? Question mark? Okay. So where's Sominsu? Oh. So Sominsu freezes both Neptuno and nice flank there, dude. So he's still on high ground. Yeah. Comes in. Throws out the mail here. It hits a lot of people. Oh, he's free HP. Still lives. Freezes 2 people and then wins the fight for his team. But nice mail there. And there was no trance up for the Charge. So they couldn't counter that mail. Nice job from Sominsu actually. Even though they kind of screwed up against the Hanzo ult. Leg Day Gaming.
We out here.
Thank you for the 3-month sub. Leg Day Pog. I like how my voice to talk or talk to speech says Leg Day Pog. We out here. Dude, my sub notification's the best one. Those owls are jamming, dude. Leg Day Pog. Okay. Let's see here. Oh, Nero dies. At this point, it's just staggers, right? You always have the 4-2 split. So if one of those sides lose, the other side's gonna get staggers that easy. Maybe it was a 5-8 to make them greedy and hastily use mail to win fight quickly. What? What are you saying right now? Yeah, it was a 5-head play. You're right, Lucht. Sorry. Anyway. Guangzhou have to go and touch point.
Cease your resistance. Overtime.
Ongo comes out. Oh, yeah. There's just no way. They have to, like, rush the point. And they're just dying. Yeah. So, overall, really good defense from the Titans. But I can't help but notice that Guangzhou is just better at using their abilities. And Titans is just kind of clutching. Like, Titans is relying on very good individual plays. Whereas I feel Charge is working better as a team. And has more experience in the mirror matchup. But you're seeing how long these setups from the Charge take. And neither team is really getting picks out of their pulls. Like, in other series, like the Charge against Spark series, points would be taken a lot more quickly because both Rio and Gushue went and got a lot of pull picks. But I think both these teams are very good at respecting the enemy Orisa pull and not getting pulled at all. Very good job from both sides here. Wait a second. Okay, so Charge is playing the second comp that I theorized for this week. And I actually, this is just a rush comp, right? It's a rush comp with a bunch of spam. And on defenses, it's really good, right? Because the enemy team walks in here, and then you wall them and you speed in, and then you swing with the Reinhardt. So I really like this Charge comp. I don't think you can play this spam comp against it. Or I guess you can, but you have to play it very, very slow and really, really strong. And you have to play it very tactically, which hasn't been Titans' strong suit so far. So you either have to mirror and also go a rush comp, or you just have to play really smart being the Titans. You can still win, but you have to use your Orisa as a bait for the Charge to go on, and then you have to spam away the enemy shield and use your pull to like finish them off, right? Because there's no diva that can eat a pull on the Charge comp. Now Titans see the comp. They probably expected the spam mirror. There's no spam mirror. Nice wall from Sominsu and Jano to grab the high ground. So this is already like a good step, right? They can already spam away at Krong's shield now. And it's pretty interesting that Krong is actually the one on the Rhine here, and not Rio. Normally we see the off tank play the Orisa, and the main tank play Reinhardt. But now it's the other way around. Probably because they want to try and go for a spam mirror on like second point when they have to retake. Not sure. Anyway, good high ground take from Sominsu and Janu. Like it, like it. You're taking the off angle. Perfect. This is kind of risky though, because now what can happen is Charge have speed boost. Neptuno has a speed boost. So if you go too close to the enemy team, you can get sped boost on. And Sigma's pretty squishy, so. Yep. And Charge have to make a decision, right? If before they get surrounded, they want to either go on the 2-stack or the 4-stack. They decide to go on the 4-stack here. Pool comes out on Twilight. They kill him, so nice job. And I don't think you can actually split the Mei off from the Orisa too. I think that's really risky. You fucking Neptuno over here fragging Fisher. Trying to mental boom him. Didn't take free tick. I mean, what does one tick do? I mean, free tick is good, right? But they do have a free tick. They do get a free tick. But overall, like one tick isn't good if you lost a fight, right? The Titans, what are they gonna swap to here? I'm interested. So first up, Titans not instantly going for like a mirror is bad, right? It's very bad because now when they swap, they're throwing away 30% on all these ultimates. And this makes me feel even more that they weren't expecting this mirror. What? What are these swaps? What? Wait, they're swapping to Brigit? Okay, here's the deal. Brig is a good character, right? But she's not Goat's Brigit anymore. Like, Brig gets ran over really easily by... Wait, let's just... What is Twilight swapping to? He's staying on Moira or what? Yeah, okay. This Titans comp, even though they pick fucking Nero, I don't know how to do that. Seems really bad. Like, I'm just gonna straight up say it. It's a mix between spam, rush, and dive all in one. Yeah, like, look at... I feel like Charge's comp does everything better than the Titans comp. Like, the only thing that the Titans comp is going for them is Stitch maybe getting picks, but... Like, Ryan Sigma makes some sense, right? Because both of them have really big shields. So you could, like, win a shield war with that. But they have no shield damage, or they have Hanzo shield damage, but their support line has no shield damage. Like, I'm clueless. I don't understand. I think if you go for a Ryan what you need is you always need a Lucia. Like, your Ryan is just gonna get fucked so hard in like every way possible if you don't have Lucia. We've seen this when Mayhem played like Brig Anna for the longest time, right? And they just kept getting crushed because the enemy team had Lucio. No Lucio is trash. No, it's not a better mid fight. Okay, so Pseudo Brain in chat says it's a better mid fight if it goes long. But I think that Orisa in general does like really good in mid fights. Maybe, and I think Baptiste as well. This, you know, like I feel like Fisher's shield is just gonna get cracked, and Krong's shield is never gonna die. Like Krong's shield, there's no shield damage here. There's the Sigma and there's Hanzo, and the rest have no shield damage. So what's gonna kill Krong? Like, if you know Charges play this like a spam comp, they just win. Anyway, Nero got picked like a dummy. That should not have happened. So now Charge have to play really safe. I think Neptuno might die here. Oh, he lives. That's lucky. Oh, they go for the pull fight. Oh my god. That's disgusting. So yeah, there's no diva in the game right now, guys. So pull fire strike Baptiste ult is a combo again. So yeah, nice pull. Nice Baptiste ult. Nice fire strike through it. Oh baby. That is something else. Yeah, that's fight win. Wait, why couldn't Janu eat that? What? Did he take a flank, an off angle? Was he in Tahiti? No, he's getting pulled. Wait. He has shift. Why is he shielding? Oh no. No, 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 no. He could have eaten it. He eats too late. Dude, if he had eaten that, I think they just win. Because then his team doesn't take 1,000,000 damage. And then they can push, and they're 6v5 because Nero's not here yet. Nero's still in spawn. Yikes. Yeah. I was like, sorry team. My bad. GG, go next. Oh, Happy ends up dying though. Somehow, some way, Titans have not lost this yet. I think. We go for more pull fire strikes, maybe? No. Nero's back. Krong shatter. Janu gets hit. Oh, and Stitch gets hit all the way in the back. So nice shatter. Really good shatter there from Krong. Like, even though he doesn't get Fisher, that's more than worth, right? Like, getting 2 people like that, so worth. Krong comes in. Starts smacking some people about. Somehow pins BJ Hong. He's flying. Oh, is he gonna go off the map? Oh no, he doesn't. He hits a tree. Oh, Stitch is still killing people, even though he got shattered earlier. Is he gonna die? Oh, oh no. They're split. They're not target focusing properly. Happy's back. Stitch is still killing people. Stitch dies. Happy kills Somitsu. Winnable. This fight's a mess. There's no way Titan should have won this. Like, after that Pull Fire Strike came out and Nero gets better spawn, like, charge through. How did they throw though? I need to know how to throw. Okay. Oh yes, they use wall. Neptuno goes 1 HP, he lives. Pull Fire Strike comes out. Everybody's low. Why don't they push now? They don't have speed boost, because he had to use heal boost earlier. Nero's still in spawn, so now it's a 5v5. They have a bunch of shield damage here. Still getting people low. Oh, and then Happy fucks up. Happy froze the game for his team. Okay, no. Okay, that's a little bit over exaggerating. He goes for like the flank because he's trying to pick people off, right? Which is interesting. But all of Titans are here and they're looking for somewhere to hide. So he goes for stun. And then, oh, nice Fisher shield actually. Blocks the second shot from Happy. And then Happy just dies. There's a bunch of people on his ass now. Really slick shield from Fisher there. Now it's actually winnable again. Rio goes and pushes Stitch. But yeah, that was a little bit of an over push for Happy. Like, that flank's really good if you know the enemy team's looking elsewhere. But the only place they could have looked was that flank. So nice shield from Fisher actually. Blocks the 1-for-1 trade. Data comes out from Krong. But yeah, Happy's dead, so they're lacking a lot of damage right here. And then they push. And then, oh, I think this charge from Krong is bad. Like, he should have tried to hit this. Like, short charge is good, long charge is really bad. That's what I always tell my Reinhardts. But Gator never listened to me. It's a failed counterpin. That makes sense too. That makes sense. If it's a failed counterpin, because he tried to get Fisher on the ground, that makes a lot more sense. So, pin comes out from Fisher. He tries to counterpin. Oh, that makes sense. But Fisher actually just like Fisher hits Rio, who's fortifying. And then he gets Ryu Jaehong somehow. And then he tries to go for Somitsu. Oh, so he's too greedy. Yeah, if he would have redirected his charge directly into here, it would have been really good. Now he's going to go die against Somitsu. Fisher does die though. So Krong kind of threw it, but they still get Fisher. Are they going to get Janu here? Oh. Janu comes in with the clutch shift. Neptuno then overextends. He dies. So Neptuno death and the Krong death. And then Somitsu's on the flank. Ooh. Dude, Somitsu's on the... Oh yeah, Somitsu kills Krong. And then he comes in from the behind. Frees a shoe. That makes it even worse that Neptuno's so deep right now, right? Because this team like has to choose whether to help Neptuno or Shu. Shu's probably the choice here. Shu gets frozen. Shu gets walled. Somitsu's a god. He's a master brain individual. He walls the drone, all while also walling up Shu to go for an easy headshot. Nice wall up there. Then he shifts. Then fight's still not lost for the charge. It's now a 3v4, but Happy's back. And then Rio dies. Rio does get stitched though somehow. Omitsu dies, but now Happy's getting contested by Janu. Omitsu too good. Bench Toxel. Rio got rolled by the Moira Orb. Skill Orb. Okay. And Titans end up clutching it out. So I feel like Titans have been gods of clutching on not the meta comps. But they've been playing good individually. Like the Titans do, because they're very good, right? But I don't think they should have been able to get this first point. God damn it. I hate this pop filter. I'm going to go fix this. Wait, look at this. It's freaking... It won't stay in front of my mic. It keeps dropping. I'm bending it. Oh, no. Oh. Yes, there we go. We've done it. The sound quality is good once more. This is what you get if you buy $12 pop filter. Oh, see what happens this next fight. So now Titans is still on this comp. I don't know what it's set out to accomplish. It's not good. I'll tell you that much. Because it's not good, okay? Because it's just all over the place. Like, Twilight, AoE healing character, right? Ryu Jaeyoung, also AoE healing character. So they want to play massive AoE all together. Okay, makes sense. They've got Ryan, also makes sense, right? Because they've got massive AoE healing. But I feel like Brig has changed from being the GOAT's Brig, where she could just live through everything, to more of a, you know, supportive character that has to stay in the back and armor people that are really good with armor. Like Tracer, like Sombra, like Genji, like Doomfist. But not like Hanzo. Because he won't go for like very risky duels, you know, and get into people. And then they've got no Lucio. So maybe if they swap Brig for Lucio, their comp would make a little more sense. But still, like, Charge's comp has got a very cohesive identity to me. They play around Orisa pools, and they use the Lucio speed boost to roll over the enemy team. So probably they like speed in, put a really aggressive Orisa shield so that Kron can swing, and Somitsu can't freeze him as easy. And then they go for a pull play, right? They try to pull people into Kron swings. But Titans comp, it's like a hybrid between spam and rush, and it makes no sense to me, and they've got no Lucio speed. So yes. Anyway, Somitsu comes out with a mail. Nero gets a nice freeze on Janu, actually. And end up getting happy with the mail and Stitch being on an off angle. Then Stitch kills Rio. Okay, good. Fight overall seemed pretty good for the Titans, right? I think what Charge could have done instead is maybe like went straight to point and like flipped the map on the Titans. Go back a little bit. Because you see Titans are like rotating over to the right side, right? And they haven't got as much spam as Charge does. So Charge can sit up top for a little bit. They decide to just kind of run into Janu with half their team. which makes some sense, right? You want to get into Jano. Really good wall, actually, from Somitsu.
冻住，不许走！
Happy comes in. Somitsu ults, so that splits up the charge as a whole. They still get Janu, but then they're split. Krong is in Africa, gets killed. Ryo is in Africa. I think what they could have maybe done is just went straight to point and killed whoever was on point, or stayed high ground for a little bit longer. They're kind of like, you know, rushing really hard.
Asking for it.
When they actually have more spam with the Baptiste. Okay. Bad wall from Somitsu. Doesn't get too much. I'd have to drop. High Noon comes out from Happy. There's no wall to block it off either, so everybody has to hide. Bull comes out. Somitsu is the ice block.
Gale de Mahol.
Twilight uses his ult. Just to stay alive. Oh, the stun misses on Twilight.
冻
Good.
住，不许走！
And then Titans decide to use all the ults. Really good beat from Neptuno. Holy moly. The Titans ults right now are all flashing. They're all using them at the same time. Nice mailed from Nero and beat though from Neptuno. Should be able to make them kill Ryu Jaehong. This shows how good mailed is, right? Nice beat. Danu's on high ground, but it's gonna be too big of a deal because now the Lucio speed comes in, right? And they can roll over everybody. Yeah, Titans use all their ults, but the Hanzo ult. The Hanzo's not great. The Hanzo ult's not great without pull, right? So they don't end up cleaning everybody up. Titans go high ground. I like that Guangzhou's giving up space just to go high ground and wait for their respawns. Okay. See, Hanzo ult without pull. Like, you can kind of just dodge it. Wait it out. I think at this point, Guangzhou's going to have to rotate back, though. It's hard to, like, chase the enemy team around. They don't. Oh, what? Chu jumps up, tries to jump over, but Stitch pops off and hits him in the head.
Cease your
Ron comes in with a
resistance.
shatter. What? Facepalm moment, number 46. Yes. Krong looking for shatter. Krong, the classic off-tank Rhine Shatterer. Here to outplay Fisher. And then the shatter comes out. But what if Neo said no? Okay, it wouldn't have hit anybody anyway. But what if Neo said no, though? Oh, it would have hit Stitch. Would it? I think it would have. God damn it, Nero. You're trolling. They bongo. The best on the game.
The payload is approaching its destination.
They get the point. Now Happy with the flank. This is a good flank from Happy, actually. Evens up the score. Look at the range on Bongo. Nero ends up dying. Fights all over the place. Happy's clutching up though. Wrong's just gonna end up winning this. They have the shorter spawns too. Oh, nice counter pin this time from Krong. Hits it. Oh, Neptuno going for aggro Neptuno plays. And a fight Stitch over here. Fisher ends up dying. Yeah, and the main heal, the Moyo was dead for the Titans. Just Happy picked him. And then Ryu Jaehong also died to Happy. Nice creep play. Now Titans only have 2 minutes left. They still haven't swapped off this Hanzo pick. The comp still just doesn't make any sense. it doesn't. I guess they all just pick the character they're best at. They're like, hey, let's try to make something coherent. We don't have a Lucio player in right now. So let's just play Brig Moira. Great comp. Like I think even Brig Zen would be better here. Then they might lack healing though. Maybe Moira Zen would be better here. I don't know what would be better for these guys, but Brig Moira just doesn't have any range damage. And then you're also playing a Hanzo, which does range damage. Oh, nice Baptiste ult here. This time, Janu able to eat on the Baptiste ult. So this whole team didn't get killed by the pull fire strike this time. Interesting rotation here. They obviously want to get back to the cart, because otherwise they're gonna go fight here and they have to get to the cart. It's like awkward, especially when you have no diva to go push it. So yes, I also feel like Sigma does best when he's on off angles, but I think in this situation, Titans is actually playing the Sigma as a budget diva, and whenever Charge tries to pull Fire Strike, they're looking to eat the Fire Strike with the Sigma shift. Is the thought behind the Sigma, so it somewhat makes sense. Just the backline doesn't make too much sense to me for the Titans, and it's obviously because they have 2 flex supports in. Maybe this time they didn't have the pull. He does eat. Oh, he does try and eat the pull or something. Orissa's Loki busted fighting environmentals here. Yeah, Orissa's really good, but Rio doesn't go for the pull off the map.
冻住，不许走。
Fisher gets ulted. The Mailed comes out for Somitsu. Good, good. Good Mailed. Rio can still contest card because he has a shift, right? Maybe they could have played a little bit slower, forced Rio shift first, and then Mailed. Not sure. Krong goes in for Shatter. Fisher blocks, nice.
It's high noon.
Krong should die here. Krong should die. Please kill Krong.
冻住，不
Happy's
许走。
ulting. Krong, die. Kill Krong. Somebody kill Krong, please. Nobody's killing Krong. I imagine if they had a Lucio, and they would have sped on Krong there with that mail. Imagine. Oh, they end up losing. Nice counter mail from Nero. Oh. Wait, it's so even. Nero's popping off though. The better spawns come in for Charge here a lot because they're trading, right? Charge people come back a little quicker. Ryu Jaehan goes and fucking tries to 1v1 Happy. He's gonna not die apparently. Yeah, and then Stitch eventually dies. They have to back the heck out. Oof. I mean, I think if they had either a spam support line there or a go-in support line, they would have won that fight. But they kind of just stood there with the Cole and weren't able to follow up on Krong there. And I really think Krong should have died. Like, can we just look at this again? Oh, no, this is too early. Okay, so they come in with the Cole. Yes, good. Okay, Stitch is spamming still. He's in a pretty good spot. He's like Widow over here, you know? Zoning people. The Orisa shield dies.
冻住，不许走。
The Mailed comes in. Fisher goes pretty low actually, because Rio and Krong do a lot of damage, plus Happy. They can all shoot him right. The Mailed comes out. Good Maywall too from Somitsu. Krong is going to get frozen. Krong is frozen. The Mail's not out for Nero yet. He doesn't even have it. Fucking Somitsu dodges Shatter with his shift. Really nice job by Somitsu. And then this little drone thing comes up. Shoot it. Kill it, please.
The cavalry's here.
Okay, they're killing it. But while they're killing it, Somitsu backs up. I think that's if Somitsu just sits here, literally kills this little drone bitch ass fucking ability, and kills Krong. But he backs out, and then Rio. There's arrows all over the place, and then Rio's shield comes in. Oh, if he just stays in, Krong would have died. And then, oh no, Janu dies while ulting. Evening initial. I'm molding. Look, Janu's ult. Great ability. Happy's high nooning. Happy's over here. Using the ultimate ability. You know, he sees nobody. Great wall from Somitsu. Great wall. Nice job, Somitsu. But then, it drops, and Janu's like, but what if I press the Q ability? Oh, he was pulled off the map. Tries to ult, and then gets clicked on. Could Fisher have shielded this? No, Fisher has no shield left because of the Kree ult. So Happy ult, low-key MVP here. But if Somitsu had stayed in here and just fucking shot Krong in the face, like right next to him, would have killed him. Also, if this ult, actually, if this was old Sigma, Jana would have won the game for his team here. Because this would have went off, every would have been ulted, and they would have won the fight too. But because Sigma's ult can get cancelled now, they end up losing the fight. How are you, Initial?
60 seconds remaining.
Oh, I missed a follow. Thank you for the follow, Base God Nico.
30 seconds remaining.
Okay. Titans against setup. Still no Lucio. That's okay. They're gonna make it work. They're not. Spoiler, they're not. They go for the 4-2 split, which 4-2 split is great against spam, right? But I don't like it as much against the rush that Chard is playing. Still okay. They're still getting space on the map, right? Which is the most important part. They're gonna walk out at the same time. Stitch has got an off angle too. The wall misses Happy. So if that had hit, Happy would have been dead. So nice try. Now they don't have wall for the Baptiste ult. Fisher has to touch. He's just gonna die. Yeah, and then the fight's over. Dude, if that wall hits, that's actually really big. But I think if you know the enemy team is Baptiste ult, you need to have your May of your team, and then you need to wall off the Baptiste ult when it comes out. I kind of play reactive to the enemy team's ult. And Guangzhou ends up winning this map, but holy crap. That Titans comp that came out blew my brains out. Like, it makes no sense to play. Like, they had such a good defense, right? They clutch a lot of fights. Great defense. Then they try to play spam on attack. They figure, hey, we probably can't play this here against this rush comp, this charge comp by Charge. And they end up swapping to the weirdest comp I've ever seen. Like, they just had one plan. Their plan got blown off. And then they swapped to a weird ass comp. I think if they would have played maybe a Zen Bap with that whole comp, it would have been better, I think. Because then they could have like killed the Rhine that came in. Or if they had mirror comped, right? Or maybe if they had played Kree instead of the Hanzo, and then maybe they could have played something else instead of Brig, because I feel like Brig's really good when you can pocket like here, this Titans comp makes sense, right? Because the Brig can pocket the flankers. But now Brig obviously not as great. when you have a Hanzo and a Mei. So you have to like kind of use your packs for the tanks, which is bad because tanks already have armor. They don't need armor. So if they would have went Bab Zen, because that makes sense for 2 flex supports, right? Or maybe even Moira Zen, that would have made a lot more sense. Just, you know.
5, 4, 3,
That flex support line didn't make too much sense. And then, also I think Orisa's Loki kind of OP. Because she sets up so much with her pulls. Anyway. Charge, go and scout. Honestly, that comp was a brawl comp that can't click space. If they can path with cover so they don't take much poke, it's good. If they have a cart and the enemy team engages, it's good. As soon as they need to rotate through open space, break a choke, they got fucked. I mean, I think though, if the enemy team speeds on you, you're still screwed. Like, Brig isn't like old Brig. She can get ran over very easily. And then Hanzo isn't as reliable as Kree at like the Rhine War. So if Rio just puts a really deep shield into the enemy team, and then you just roll over the enemy Rhine with your Mei, Orisa, Reinhardt, and your Lucio, right? I still think you get screwed. Like, you lose both the poke war, and you lose the rush war with that comp, in my opinion. So you just need to win on ults, I guess, but they didn't always get the greatest ult value. Anyway. We go Volsky. We've cleared our brain of the last map. Titans is now playing a comp that makes more sense, right? They're playing Dive. I don't think Dive is the greatest this meta because Diva's banned and Samba's banned. And I think those are really great Dive characters. Even Anna's really good with Dive, right? So it's interesting that they're going this Dive again. And Charge, again, they played their counter Dive comp, which they played first map. It seemed to work really well there. I think if Titans can get a really good Discord and then dive on that, it could still be fine for them, right? If they can Discord Rio or Discord Krong or Discord Neptuno, it could still set up a really good dive, especially on this rotation that the Charge have to make, right? They have to walk in some way. It's very easy to get good Discords. Twilight is in a good spot. So far so good. Ooh, good pull here from Rio to get both, like almost every tank ability out, actually. Just not the Janu shield, but he uses his slam. They use their bubble, and they're going to have to jump out, I assume. Yeah, Fisher jumps out. They're going back to point. Because obviously they've used their bubble, right? You can't really dive without the Winston bubble. Winston bubble is so important in the dive. Why did they force dive against anti-dive after the first round of ults? I don't understand the question. You mean the first round on Cuff? Anyway, probably this dive comp is what the Titans have practiced most, right? And it must have worked in scrims. That's also why they're playing Ryu Jaeyoung and Twilight, I assume. They're not want to play Lucio. Okay. So they're holding chokes. Chart is slowly walking up, right? They just want to get on a point and sit there. They don't have rotation power because there's no Lucio. So Mitsu's getting contested by Happy. And I think Stitch should really be the one contesting this. But he's over here. Tomitsu can't really contest the Tracer. Tracer's too mobile for Doom to do anything. Happy's doing a great job making space here for his team. I would even like to see maybe Ryu Jaeyoung and oh my god, he just kills him. That's disgusting. I would have liked to see Ryu Jaeyoung and Twilight just push the Tracer there. Like, why can he do that? Happy should not be able to do this right now. Like, Somitsu should not be on his own here. Like, why are these guys just sitting back? They could just walk out. There's not a lot of poke damage on the enemy team. They could just go here. Fight this Tracer off. But instead, Twilight runs away. And then, yeah, Somitsu's just gonna die. Skill orbed, by the way. And Happy gets away with murder. And Happy, yeah, Happy's done his job. He goes to now contest tanks. Like, Happy should not be able to do that on his own. Still, Titans isn't doing the worst, right? They're getting a lot of ult charge on their tanks. Shu has got his Cole. A nice hook from Krong on Janu. Janu's gonna die because of that. Krong's just been so good on the Hog. I feel like Janu's Hog just did a lot in shutting down this whole dive idea from Titans. And I think dive is actually okay, right? Like, if you can get good discords and get a perfect dive, it's fine. It's not the best comp, but if you're playing to your team's strengths, go for it. But they just don't do a good job contesting Happy. He gets away with way too much. And then Krong is hitting every pull. So yeah, disaster strikes here for Titans because Charge took that with 0 ults. Oh, I guess they used the Cole, but not a lot of ults used. Generally, like, the ults from Charge are better than the ults from Titans. Which the ult's pretty good. Fisher did a good job charging that. Oh, they forced Twilight Strength with Pulse Bomb. Nice job by Happy again. Forcing the Twilight ult with just his Pulse Bomb. That forces Titans to have to dive. Nice ass wall from Nero. That's really good. That forces Twilight away because he can't get to his team. And it locks up Fisher. Fisher has to ult because of it. Fisher gets pulled. Oh, Fisher gets fucked. Oh my god. This man is crying right now. He lives somehow. Does he live? Yeah, he's gonna jump out. But he's crying. And then they Bongo. All the cooldowns already gone from Titans. Bongo, best ult in the game, is out. How are they gonna kill it? They don't. Everybody is 50% damage boost, Janu. Nice spread on the mind. And then Krong gets another one. Krong gets another one. Krong is roamer. He's the roamer. They kill another. Yeah, this is his cleanup at this point. Nice. Another Cole for Shu. And man, yes. If you want to play a non-meta comp like the Titans are here, I fully support it, but you have to be clean, right? And they haven't been clean on the dive as much. I feel like you need to, like, be patient, like really patient, being the dive team. You need to get the perfect discord, and then you need to all collapse together. But they're kind of just getting poked out. Maybe they're tilted now, right? But it's just now Charge is playing the rush defense again. A big fan of this rush defense. It forces the enemy team to, like, react, right? Titans' reactions haven't been great all series. Well, let's see what they go here. They seem very impatient. Yeah, I agree. And I think you can't be impatient as dive and as spam as well, to be honest. You have to be very patient. You have to take space. You have to take the steps, right? And then you have to slowly win the game. You have to choke out the enemy team. One sec. What is better, Orisa Sig or Ryan Zarya? Someone asked in chat. I think depends on the situation, really. I think Orisa Sigma is really strong if the enemy team has to come to you, right? And Ryan Zarya is good in other situations. I'm not too big a fan of Ryan Zarya right now because I feel like the Zarya is kind of a counter to Diva. And then the Orisa kind of counters the Zarya again, you know? Especially with pull fire strikes happening. Really strong combo. So I feel like if I was playing a rush comp, I'd probably play the charge variant. But that isn't to say like rush comp is the best thing, right? But I think it's smart that charge is like swapping it up, going to rush comp on defense, because the enemy team has to walk into them, and then they can kind of speed in. Now Titans, they have completely swapped up the strategy here. They are now also going a spam comp, but with Hog and no Mei. But what's going to stop the Reinhardt from swinging you and killing you? Titans is boom. Thank you for the educational content. I love it. So what I've always said, right, is that... thank you. First up. But what I've always said is that Mei counters Reinhardt. Like, the only reason Ryan isn't in your backline swinging all the time because Mei can freeze him, right? Especially when, you know, Ryan... This isn't on live. Ryan still has like 50% anti-boop thingy passive. So the only real thing that counters Ryan is Mei because she can freeze him. But now there's nothing to stop Krong from just getting into the freaking team and just killing everybody, right? Okay. There's my rant. So, you know, I think Mei... Sigma, just playing the spam comp would have actually made a lot of sense. Because then they can send like the Sigma high ground, right? They can hold this choke, they can grab space slowly. Wall comes out, right? Look, what's going to stop Krong from just fucking swinging in your backline? Freeze comes out and they just get ran over.
Hang in there.
Hang in there, hang in there.
Hang in there.
Maybe Titans didn't practice Ryan Orisa. I mean, they don't have to play Ryan Orisa. They could play Orisa Sigma, right?
Hang in there.
I think dive is really weak against this whole charge comp, so you can't really dive it.
Hang in
My
there.
opinion. God, stop spamming that voice line. Can we mute him? How do we mute him? Voice lines, somebody help. In-game voice volume. Fuck off. Peace and quiet. Bless up. Bless that option. Okay. Didn't Neptuno complain about that too? Dude, it's annoying as hell. Hang in there, hang in there. Okay, this time they pull. Oh, so Janu has swapped over to the Sigma, right? So they can now stop the pull fire strike. Good swap Sigma. And then they're still not play. So if they played a Mei here, I think it's actually pretty good. But they don't. So, oh my god, they just killed Twilight. Because I guess the Sigma shift has a longer cooldown than the pull fire strike. Twilight just dies. They could have probably droned him too. They just don't end up doing that. Okay, another setup. They've killed the Rio shield. They're pushing in. They're getting space. Good. This is good. Good job, Titans. And now they're forced back to point. I feel like what you want to do now as Titans, so you want to grab all the space. You don't want to all come from this angle. You want to maybe send your Hanzo and your Orisa, like, or your Hanzo and your Sigma high ground, so you have an angle, right, on the enemy team. They kind of just come from main though. And then They use the Baptiste ult. They just get pushed. Krong's shield dies pretty quick. So good job there. But then Krong, wham! Hits everybody with Shatty. Fight's over. I think Titans need to be more patient. They have to get the high ground. Funny how Mei has such nice voice lines, but she's a damn menace. Real Mei, dude. Her voice lines are the devil. She is annoying as a character, and her voice lines are annoying. It's the same as Diva spamming the whole time. I think, what's that voice line that Diva has? That one that's really annoying? It's only game or something. I don't know. I don't know. Oh yeah, love Diva. Love Diva. Love Diva. Is this easy mode? God, I hate that character. Good, she's banned. No, I like Diva as a character. I just hate her voice line. Okay. So, they've kind of done what I said. Good job, Titans. They've taken the high ground. They've broken the enemy shield. They should still play Mei. It doesn't matter. They've got space. And now, Charge uses their speed boost, right? They get in there, but they still have high ground. I think, actually, you really want Janu to be on the high ground right now, so Stitch has an easier time peeking. But overall, not bad. Ryu Jae-hong, please heal Stitch. Please heal. He doesn't heal Stitch. It hurts. Stitch takes damage. Stitch takes more damage. Stitch takes more damage. Stitch is 1 HP. Please, Ryu Jae-hong. Please, somebody heal Stitch. Stitch is still not getting healed. Oh, nice job, Ryu Jae-hong. I cry every tip. Poor Stitch. Let's see how many seconds that was. 1, 2, 3. 3 seconds of no healing. Candle. They had such good positioning too. They've just got the bongo, and they just killed the drone. Orisa Ryan, Orisa Sigma, or Ryan Sigma. I mean, it depends on the matchup. I've said this before, but I think Orisa Sigma's really good, right? If you're playing a spam comp, Orisa Ryan's really good when you're playing the rush comp, and maybe Ryan Sigma is good against the Ryan Orisa because you can stop the pull fire strikes. It's not set in stone like this one's the best or you have to play this one. It's map dependent, it's team dependent, it's composition dependent. I think Orisa Sigma is really strong on a lot of maps though. If I were to play just one for a whole series, I'd probably pick Orisa Sigma, but there's a lot of nuance to it. Anyway, Stitch is dead. I like this wall up. Nice and aggressive. Ryu Jae-hong's dead. That's your vengeance for not healing Stitch. And yeah, 30 seconds left. They're still not swapped to Mei. Imagine playing Mei in 2019. 2020. Stitch was probably spamming I need healing too. We don't know. We've turned off voice lines because of frickin' Nero. So Minsu swaps over to the Doomfist, which, I mean, that's just a desperation pick at this point. He just wants to get back quick. More spamming happens. The pull comes out. The Sigma ult comes out. Fisher also ults. Fisher's kind of a loner. Nice wall from Nero again. Dude, he's good at Mei. Even though he's annoying and spams voice line, he's good at this character. Oh, Janu doesn't actually end up landing on the high ground. I think this is actually really important for your Sigma to do. When... Oh, they're gonna C9. Anyway. When you use Sigma ult, right? I think what's really good is like using it and then taking high ground with it. So I don't see any reason why Janu wouldn't actually land up here. and then spam down on people, right? He gets like a free pass to high ground with his ult. And he kind of like goes there, but then he just drops. I guess because he doesn't want to get stunned mid-ult. But I mean, the only thing that can stun him is the happy stun, and he's far away. Oh, he's afraid of Deadeye? That makes sense, yeah. Actually, that makes sense. And then Fisher's already used his Fortify, so he can't touch. And then it's a Charlie. It's a Charlie Niner. Crunch 9. So I feel like actually the Titans comps weren't, except for Icon Wall Attack. That comp was pretty bad. But the comps weren't that bad. I think they didn't expect Charge's specific answer to their dive comp, right? And then I feel like they just weren't patient enough as a team, didn't help each other enough, went for a lot of solo plays. Sometimes they were unlucky. They could have definitely won Nepal, and this whole series would have looked different. And Charge just kind of had their answers ready. They're really good at knowing when and how to use their cooldown, and they look like a very well-coached team, actually. Like, Guangzhou looks like a really well-coached team, while Titans look more of a team that relies on individual skill and playmaking, which is also a good way to play the game, and many teams play like that. But I just think Guangzhou won this match because they were prepared, they were ready, and they had really good strats, and they read the meta really well. While Titans, they more played of their own style, right? They played to their strengths, which is also good. They just didn't have all the answers to what Guangzhou did. So people watching on YouTube, thank you very much for watching this VOD review. I'll see you guys in the next one.